Have you ever heard of Ada? The mysterious skeleton found in Chile's Atacama Desert in 2003. Some people believe this to be absolute proof of the existence of aliens. But what is the truth behind this peculiar occurrence? Hi, and welcome to Peculiar Occurrences. I am your host, Lilith Nova.
A peculiar occurrence fan? Well, I've opened up a store just for you. So head on over and buy your peculiar occurrence gear today. Links are in the description box below. Thank you.
Researchers have made a mysterious discovery in Chile of a very small skeleton. I mean, this thing was tiny, but it looked human. Yet it had many features that left scientists scratching their heads. When the image hit the internet, many people believed the only explanation for this body could be aliens. Pictures and videos flew around the internet describing the Ada skeleton as an alien. So much so that researchers had the skeleton tested with forensic science. So what made this skeleton so peculiar? Well, for starters, it was only 15 centimeters long. That's only like 6 inches. Many initially speculated that this could be the fetus of an aborted child or miscarriage, though many just completely threw it off as a hoax altogether. It had many other anomalies as well, such as an elongated head and very large eyes. Since its discovery in 2003, the Ada skeleton has challenged the scientific communities to figure out all the anomalies wrong with it and why they are there. And testing has shed significant light on what may have led to the specimen's puzzling appearance. And although Ada was originally thought to be tens of thousands of years old, testing actually revealed DNA that was quite modern, abundant in source, and high quality. And the DNA traced the body to South America, not other planets and other galaxies. In 2012, Stanford University's immunologist and microbiologist Gary Nolan tried to crack the mystery of the Ada skeleton. Nola confirmed that the body was completely human, saying there was a 9% DNA mismatch, which is likely the result of bad readings or machine error. And says this sort of percentage difference is very common in examining a body that was so decayed. He was unable to identify any gene linked to progeria or dwarfism. William Juggers, a paleologist, an anatomist at Stony Brook University Medical Center in New York, observed barely ossified and immature elements of the specimen's development. So immature parts of the body, you know. And he said that it looked to him like a very badly desecrated and mummified infant body or a premature stillbirth, and said genetic anomalies are not evident because there probably is none. Nolan discussed what the DNA analyst had proven about the Ada skeleton by saying that the sequence of DNA that they had pulled showed them with extreme confidence that the mother of this subject originated from the Chilean area. Another thing that came from this testing is that it's male. And if he had to guess, he would say it probably died within the last century. A sample pulled from Ada's rib was used to conduct an entire genome sequence analysis, which is basically when they go in and look at the structure of the DNA at the cells given from both mother and father and break it down and look for genetic mutations or anomalies. In this test, it was compared to human and primate genomes, but this time it was determined to be a human female, most likely a fetus, and again from Chile. Although dating initially aged the bone age to in between 6 and 8 years old, the researchers ended up finding out that the bones actually had a rare aging disorder that made them seem older than the person that they belonged to actually was. At first, 8% of the DNA did not match with humans, which is the one thing that caused such a huge outcry from the Alien Research Society, that this Ada was not of this world. But researchers doing the DNA analyst figured out that 9% was actually from a degraded sample. An improved analyst with a better sample matched up to 98%. And this is where Nolan steps in and says that is a normal percentage for a skeleton at this level of deterioration. After this, the researchers moved on to trying to research the anomalies through the DNA sequencing. The researchers were looking for what might explain the skeleton's small structure, as well as abnormal rib count and other skull and bone oddities. In March of 2018, the additional results were finally published, stating that the fetus had a rare aging disorder in its bones and that this time they had found signs of dwarfism, along with scoliosis and abnormalities in muscles and its skeleton. The researchers ended up identifying 64 unusual mutations in 7 genes linked to the skeletal system. And they did note that finding so many oddities that associated with just the skeleton and bone has never been reported. That's a lot. So yeah, the results are back. Their scientists are saying this is not an alien, although alien researchers are still adamant that the truth is being hidden and that this is an alien. But 64 oddities in the skeleton, that is certainly peculiar. That is very peculiar. It's rare to even have 1 or 2, 64. So what do you think about this peculiar occurrence? Do you still believe that the Ada skeleton is an alien? Or are you on the side of the researchers and the scientists? Let me know down in the comments below. And while you're down there, why don't you check out our Peculiar Occurrence gear at our Peculiar Occurrence store or Lil's Nova store, whichever one you like. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to me, and hit that little bell button so you know when I upload. And until next time, keep your eyes peeled for all things peculiar. Laryngitis. I'm still getting over it. I can't do it, sorry. Bye guys.
A Peculiar Occurrence fan? Well, I've opened up a store just for you. So head on over and buy your Peculiar Occurrence gear today. Links are in the description box below. Thank you.
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah.